Hi. So, this really isn't like a topic. I'm not going to talk about anything. It's just sort of an update because it's been like forever since I um, did a video, which, I mean, it's not like anybody's watching this anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I told myself that I would do this more often, and I've been really bad at actually like doing stuff. I think it's like when you're a kid and like you get a diary that has a lock on it and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna write all my secrets in this and I'm gonna write in it every day and it's gonna be wonderful. And then 3 months later you realize that you wrote in it twice. Yeah. It's a little bit like that, but it's not that I don't have anything to talk about, or that I'm bored with this. It's just school has been totally kicking my ass. I recently, instead of a studio art major and then a history minor, I'm now double majoring. So my workload just doubled. Well, not necessarily doubled because you still have to take history classes for the minor, but I mean, it's just, I'm going to be taking 18 credit semesters for the rest of my college career in order to graduate on time. Not going to be able to take any fun classes, just required classes. That's it. So I'm sort of trying hard to enjoy my last semester of only taking 15 credits before next semester I totally work my butt off. Next semester I'm taking 2 art classes, 2 history classes, and 2 ELAs, which are called Environmental Liberal Arts. That's what ELA stands for. It's like, all colleges have like the core classes that all majors need to take. And since this is an environmental college, they're Environmental Liberal Arts. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. And one of the art classes I think is technically a history class because it's art history. But I'm really excited to take the other art class, intermediate painting, because I'm taking intro to oil painting now and absolutely loving it. I love oil painting. Oil paints and pastels are my 2 favorite mediums. So oil painting is totally awesome for me, and like I'm learning a crazy amount, and it's like so much fun. And it's basically like it's only once a week, but it's the entire day. It's from 10 to 3. And so it's like the greatest class ever, and the art students here are all super quirky and super awesome, and I have a ton of friends in the art department and we're all taking all these classes together, so it's really 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 fun. And like it's really nice that I'm taking all these art classes because my technical drawing is getting better and I'm learning how to be more creative and how to develop my skills and stuff like that, which is really really nice. So instead of sort of feeling like this is a hobby, it feels more like it's actually something that I'm doing, and it's actually something that I'm getting good at. So like that's really 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 nice, and I'm so excited to be taking intermediate painting because like in intro to painting it's like every 2 or 3 weeks like you're constantly learning new stuff and getting information thrown at you about color mixing and various techniques and stuff like that. And in intermediate painting it's more of a all right, you're gonna have this long to do something that you choose to do, and this long to do something that like at the end of the semester you're gonna need this many paintings done or something like that, or we have a critique of paintings every whatever and you get to decide what you want to do, which is gonna be so great. Like I'm so excited about that. Plus I absolutely love the teacher, although all the art teachers are absolutely amazing. Like there's all the art teachers are really great. I mean, I haven't met a teacher here that I didn't like. They have really 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 great teachers here. And I'm taking a couple history classes, and the 2 history classes that I'm taking are 2 different history classes with 2 different teachers. And both of the classes that I'm taking, this subject that the teacher's teaching is something that they've either written a book about or are currently writing a book about. So it's like a topic that the teacher themselves is really, really passionate about for both classes. So I'm really excited to do that because, you know, when you have a teacher who's really excited about what they're teaching, it's a lot easier to learn because, I mean, obviously it's easier to talk about something and, you know, discuss something that you're really, really, really interested in. And then the ELAs are just, you know, one's a writing class and the other one is called like Origins of Life or something. But, I mean, I'm not really excited about those. They're sort of like the required classes that all majors have to do. But I have to take honors classes for the ELAs. So my selection is limited because there's only like 2 or 3 honors ELAs offered each semester. So it's pretty much just like, you know, whatever's offered in an honors form I have to take. Because since I'm an honors student, if I want to graduate with honors, I have to take honors ELAs instead of just the normal ELAs. So I have a smaller selection, and obviously the classes are harder, but whatever, you know, I mean, I just have to get through it. And I mean, school these last few weeks, because finals are coming up, there's only like, if you don't include vacations, there's only like 3 weeks of school left, because we've got the rest of this week, next week, 2 days the week after that, and then Thanksgiving break, and then we come back for 2 weeks, and then the semester's over, and we go home for winter break. So it's almost over, and since it's getting close to the end, you've got projects due, and you're starting to get more papers, and the readings that you've been avoiding that you're going to get tested on are piling up and stuff like that. So I've pretty much been spending all of my free time doing homework, which is actually not as bad as I thought it would be, because, like, I mean, I'm a killer procrastinator. Like, I am so good at procrastinating. It's scary. And I often do like things the night before, or now that I'm in college, the day of, which is not a good habit to be in. So I've been really trying to, you know, actually start my work at a decent time and like getting it done, so that it's not like, you know, some last minute half-ass thing. Although, I mean, I don't know anything about like editing or revising papers, so usually it's just like I just have to sit down and write it and then hand it in. Because I'm one of those students who, you know, in high school just sort of half-assing it and handing it in after completing it the night before was always good enough to get me a good grade, and it was good enough to get me into college. So now I have no idea how to study, and I have no idea how to edit papers or revise my writing or anything like that. So someday that'll catch up to me, but that day is not this day. I can still, you know, when I write my papers, because I can organize my thoughts in my head. You know, I don't have to do the whole like outline thing, because basically I just have to think, okay, what are the things that I want to talk about in this paper, and then I just sort of like go, and I can organize my thoughts in a succinct way that makes sense, so I don't have to do things like outlining or drafts. I mean, like, you know, in high school when they're doing like, okay, so your first draft is due, blah, 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 and then we're going to, you know, edit it. And then your second draft is due, blah, 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 and then we're going to edit it, you know, and you have to do like the peer edits and all that stuff. I mean, that was always like, this is great, here's some grammatical corrections, but we don't have anything structurally or, you know, in the body of the work to actually fix, you know? So it's like, okay. So I never actually had to like learn how to edit or whatever, but I'm still getting good grades on papers, so I'm not worried about it yet. But I've been trying really, really hard to get my shit done and actually like do stuff. But I'm also at that stage in the year where, you know, first half of the semester I didn't skip any classes, and now it's getting into the late part of the second half of the semester, and I'm just like, do I really need to go to class today? Really? You know? Because I just, I mean, I don't know. I sometimes feel like some of the classes, I feel like I'm not getting anything out of them. I'm just going to get the credits. But, which makes it a lot harder to actually, like, go to class. Especially when it's, like, a 50-minute class and you're like, what are we even gonna do? But, yeah. School's been kicking my butt. Lots of papers, lots of reading. Pretty much spending all of my time super tired, even though I'm getting plenty of sleep because I'm doing better at time management, so I can actually get to bed at a decent hour. Plus, I'm an elderly woman, so I go to bed at like 8, sometimes 7, depending on how stressful my day was, and then wake up at 5. So, I mean, I know elderly women don't usually wake up at 5, but it's like the whole going to bed early thing. That's me. Love going to bed early. Seriously, like, this time of year it gets dark at like 4:30, and I swear, in the summertime, I can stay up way later because, the sun doesn't go down until way later. But in the wintertime, it's just, as soon as the sun goes down, like, even if it's 4:30, like, the second the sun is down, I'm like, wow, I'm tired. Can I go to bed yet? So, I mean, I don't actually want to, like, go to bed at 5 because then I would be waking up at, like, 1 or 2 or 3. And that is way too early. I mean, I guess if you go to bed at 4, it's not way too early, but that's, like, weird. Plus, I have classes until 5:15, so it's not like I can do that. Anyway, so this is getting kind of long. I wanted it to just be like a quick update being like, I've been really busy with school, that's why I haven't done any videos. But anyway, so I'm going to just end there because I really want to go to bed. Oh, I'm so tired. Hopefully, I can get on top of my schoolwork and find something cool to talk about relatively soon. So, yeah. Late.